Brisquetta is a relatively new cut in barbecue. It was developed and is sold exclusively by John Davidsons butchers. It's being marketed as an alternative to brisket. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to cook it and ask the question, what exactly is a Brisquetta? I picked up this 1 kilogram Brisquetta from my local barbecue shop Pro Smoke in Banbury. I'd heard so much about this cut online, I really had to give it a go myself. Now, I ended up doing a lot of research on this particular cut of meat, and if you want to find out what I discovered, then please stick around till the end of the video. Now, not only is this cut of meat marketed as an alternative to brisket, it is also advised that you cook it exactly the same way you would cook a full brisket, but of course in far less time. I'm going to skip the trimming phase because I don't think it needs it and go straight to my salt, pepper and garlic rub. If you want to know how to make this incredibly easy rub, check out my video from last week. Now, with that fully seasoned, it is time to put in my thermometer. As always, we're going to be cooking to temperature, not time, so I'm going to put this wireless thermometer into the middle of the joint, and this will allow me to keep track of how the cook is going. Now, you don't have to use one of these, you can just use a regular handheld thermometer. You just got to keep an eye on that internal temperature while it's cooking. And now it's time to take this thing to the smoker. I'm going to be cooking this Brisquetta on my Traeger pellet smoker, but you can do this on any lidded barbecue. Just set it up for 120 degrees Celsius or around 250 degrees Fahrenheit if you're that way inclined, and leave it to cook. After about 2 hours, my app is telling me I'm at 77 degrees internal, so it's time to pull this off the barbecue for the next step. It's already got a lovely colour to it, and given that it's only taken 2 hours to get to this stage, it's going far faster than a brisket cook. So as I've said, I'm going to follow the method I normally do for a full packer brisket, and that involves wrapping it to get it through the stall. For this, I'm going to use some butcher paper that I have, but you can just use kitchen foil for this, and I'm laying down a base of beef dripping or beef tallow, which again is something I do for a full packer brisket. Wrapping a brisket like this is something that's done to help it get through the stall, and it also helps stop it drying out. I just pour over any juices that have collected in the tray, and then it's time to wrap.
Let's go. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit.
And with the wrapping complete, about as neat as I normally do my Christmas presents, it's time to go back on the barbecue. Now, as this is such a small cut and a fast cook, I'd suspect you could probably get away without wrapping it, and it probably wouldn't dry out too badly, but I'm going to follow the full brisket method as instructed. Now, it takes roughly another 2 hours to reach my desired internal temperature of 95 degrees Celsius, or around 200 degrees Fahrenheit, according to my wireless thermometer. However, barbecue is a little bit like woodwork. Measure twice, cut once. And with my handheld thermometer confirming that temperature, and also just probing like butter, it is time to pull this Brisquetta off the barbecue. Now, you can serve your Brisquetta any way you would serve a brisket, and I'm going to do this on loaded fries. I've made myself some homemade chips, and I'm going to cover them in 2 different types of cheese. Now, the Brisquetta is currently resting. It needs to rest for about 20 minutes, so during that time I'm going to grill these up to get myself some lovely melted cheesy chips. Of course, if you want to keep this whole thing outside, you could melt this on the barbecue as well, but I didn't. Now, after the Brisquetta has had at least a 20-minute rest, and probably a longer rest wouldn't hurt it at all, it is finally ready to slice. Now, as you can see, it's taken on an absolutely fantastic colour, and really is looking like a mini brisket. Remember to pour over any excess fat. And then it is ready to slice. Now, always remember to slice against the grain, and that'll give you the most tender bite. And on this cut, unlike a full packer brisket, you have got all the grains going the same direction. So far this is looking very brisket-like. It's got a nice smoke ring, the meat structure looks very similar, it's developed a decent bark and is looking juicy and tender. I would say the joint as a whole is feeling slightly firmer than a brisket would. It doesn't have that characteristic brisket wobble, but still looking tasty. As you can see, when I do the test of holding a slice on my knife, it doesn't do that characteristic bend that a point end slice would normally do on a full brisket. But the meat does feel a bit more like a point than a flat, and it is consistent all the way through. Overall, I would say that a bruschetta is a fantastic, smaller alternative to a brisket. However, it is not 100% like a full pack of brisket. There is a slight compromise on texture. So, while I plate up these loaded cheesy chips with bruschetta, let's just talk about what I managed to find out about this cut of meat. Now, Google had very little to say about bruschetta. It thought I was searching for bruschetta. ChatGTP was likewise pretty clueless on the subject. The only real mention I could find of it was on the comment section of other YouTube videos on the bruschetta cut, of which there have been a couple now. Opinions varied wildly, lots of people thinking this was a bavette or some sort of flank steak, but it was fairly clear this was all opinion and no real facts there. So I turned to the UK barbecue community and had some very interesting responses. First of all, Declan, who is one half of the amazing UK barbecue podcast From the Shack, reached out and said he thought it was the top part of the brisket, like the mohawk that you get on top of a full pack of brisket. I know his dad's a butcher, so he knows what he's talking about. I then had Geraint from I Devour, another online butcher, reach out and say that he knows exactly what the bruschetta was, and they sell loads of the daddy version of the same cut. Now, the cut he's referring to is an Argentinian cut called a pulpon de vacío, or sometimes referred to as a bavette or goose skirt. And they do say on its page that the smaller version is sometimes called bruschetta. Now, these do appear to come 2 or 2.5 times the size of the bruschetta, but they do look like another interesting alternative, which I think is worth a go. With all these different opinions as to what exact beef cut the bruschetta was, I thought I would go to the source to find out. So I contacted John Davidsons Butchers directly. I spoke on the phone to a very nice man, and I explained that I was looking to find out what cut the bruschetta was. I let him know the various options that I'd come up with so far as to what the cut might be, and he sounded a little bit skeptical of those. But ultimately, he told me that the bruschetta cut is a trade secret, and it's not something they're willing to share. He explained it's a cut that they develop themselves, and if they go around just telling everyone where exactly it comes from, then people would just be able to copy it. And you know what? I think that's completely fair enough. They've put the time into developing it, bringing it to the market, and have even given you advice on how to cook it. It's their concept that they introduced, and it's only right that they should be the ones to profit from it. So, if you want to give a bruschetta a go yourself, and I highly recommend that you do, you'll have to go to John Davidsons Butchers and buy it directly from them. I'll put a link in the description so you can do exactly that. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please hit subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks for watching.